Good morning, everyone. January 8th over here at the Carter James Ranch. I'm going to start this video with a cattle move. We're going to open up this hot wire. We rolled out a few bales of hay. We are unrolling a ton of hay in this back pasture, trying to see if we can get some great impact on this ragweed. We've got a lot of it in the pasture, and we did some bale grazing here last year that the ragweed was problematic, so we're unrolling hay, seeing if we can get some positive impacts from that. So this week we're going to be busy getting ready for the Arctic temperatures and heavy snow that's coming. Supposed to get a little snow tonight, but really Friday night is when it all really gets going. So let's get this cattle drive going. Let's go. Hey, Bill. It's your little bottle calf. Got a little more moisture this morning in the form of rain. Gonna be about 40 degrees, so not too bad. Not sure if we're gonna get more moisture. They talked about having a wintry mix today. Initially, I was a little concerned with the temperatures being a little lower. Just trying to pay attention if people are coughing, or we have one old gal I'll point out to you here in a minute. We do have one of the open cows that we bought. I think it's this. Let's see if it's it. She showed up and she's got some corns on the back of her, on her two back legs, on her two back hooves, and I feel badly for her. She walks pretty slow. The doctor says there's really not, or the vet says there's really not a lot you can do about it. So that's another negative about buying. Oh no, here she is. She's in the back. She's the last one moving here. She walks pretty slow. They get pretty excited when we do moves and there's new hay. So I did unroll a bale of oat hay that had gotten torn up a little bit, and boy, that oat hay, when it's exposed to moisture, it sure gets moldy and mildewy. So I don't know if by the end of the winter time, hey Comanche, we may not have much good hay left of the oat hay. So this is this gal right here. This is this 12-year-old cow. She's got two pretty good sized corns on the back, her two back hooves. And talking to the vet, he just said there's not a lot you can do except for surgically removing them. A little disappointed that wasn't told. Again, you should always inspect cows. I've had an agreement with a ranch. I'd buy their open ones. You know, this is a problem that I've inherited, and I just don't know. They say there's nothing to do about it. I need to do a little more research. If you guys have any suggestions, I don't know if you can see him because she's a little muddy on the back there, but she's older. They said that's the other thing, that she's old, so there's not a lot to do. So I just feel bad for her. You know, we are going to be moving the South Pole herd off the Carter James, the majority of them, but this gal might just stay here because this is a smaller property. It's 80 acres, but we only rotate on about 60 of it, and so she may just end up living out her days here. I would feel bad about moving her to a bigger property where she's got to cover more ground, especially if I'm assuming her walking isn't going to get any better. So I've been watching the weather real close. Monday here, we got a little moisture coming, a little wintry mix tonight. They're talking maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow. High winds tonight. They're talking about 30 mile an hour with 40 mile an hour gusts. So we're gonna have the cattle in the back pasture here tonight. I need to double check and see where the winds are coming out of. I think they're coming out of the north. So we actually may move, so let's see, we're in the back pasture here. We actually may move the cattle right across the fence into one of the front pastures where they've got some windbreak from all this hay and from the house and some of the infrastructure here. So that'll be for tonight. And then we've got, you know, coming into Tuesday night, and we got Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday are shaping up to be pretty decent days, about 40 degrees both those days. Friday during the day, not bad. And then Friday night, the temperatures start to plummet, and they're calling for 3 to 5 inches of snow that evening too. So by then, I'm hoping that we can get the cattle moved around all the way to the stable, and then we're gonna have 5 days of pretty bitter cold. So that's what the plan with these guys is. Since we're basically at a stockpile, there's not any grazing of grass, we're rolling out hay. For the next couple days, I'm gonna be rolling out 2 to 3 bales of hay. Typically we roll out 2 bales every day. This morning I rolled out 3, just to make sure that they are getting plenty to eat coming into the week of bad weather, especially these calves. So I'm hoping that we don't get a ton more straight rain. I wouldn't mind if it's a little wintry mix, but these are these days I really don't enjoy, where it's upper 30s or mid 30s with rain. But it's almost like mud month in January. This is kind of March, typical March weather that we struggle with. Let's see, let me see if I can get a good picture of this girl's feet. I don't know if you can see her corns on there, but she was open. I think she's been bred, so I'm hoping I can get a calf or 2 out of her. That's just one of these things we gamble with buying the open cows. Won't do that anymore. I've done really well on some of these open cows. There's a couple of them I wouldn't have bought if I would have kind of known the full story on them, but it is what it is. So we also will be giving the cows a little supplementation with some range cubes. They're high protein. We have a lick tub that we put out here. They're getting through that, but there's not much left in it. But so far the herd is doing good. They're doing good. It's been a not a cold winter, but this Arctic blast is gonna make us adjust. I'm actually more concerned about the Wagyu herd, given the fact that I've not been through a winter with any cattle at the home place. So I'm gonna be building a windbreak with bales of hay right next to one of our, this gal sometimes is a little squirrely, so I don't love being next to her. Sometimes she gets a little jumpy. I don't have anything, girl. She thought I had cubes or something. But we're gonna be building a windbreak behind some burn piles we have at the home place. So, and rolling out a ton of hay just so they can kind of get parked for a few days. We won't continue to rotate them like we do. We'll just kind of get everyone set up so they can winter the storm for 4 or 5 days. And then hopefully we get to January 21st and can kind of start back to our rotating like we do. So Monday morning, that's the Monday morning plan with the dogs and the sheep. We're gonna rotate, we're gonna move them for another day or 2, and then we will do the same thing. We'll park them in a fairly decent area, get their hay trailers set up, just get a whole bunch of hay, big bales of hay for windbreak and for feed with the sheep, and let them ride it out. When the temperature, just getting them out of the elements a little bit, and then they should be good. But like I said, mud month here in January, so we could actually use a little bit of freezing weather to harden up this ground. I'll need to get some seed down here because there's some areas that have just gotten pummeled. But actually, you see how thick that is over there? That bale unrolled real thick. I'll get some of that and spread it out there. Then they'll eat, then we'll rock and roll into Tuesday. So that's the update for Monday here. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll shoot another video here probably on Wednesday, give an update on where we're at with everybody as we prep the animals to handle this first blast of Arctic weather. So God bless everyone. Hope you have a great start to your week, and we'll catch you in the next video.